Hello YouTube viewers, thank you for tuning into my channel today, and today we are going to learn a little bit about polar bears. I am not an expert, but I did go online and I searched for some information to share with you, which I will read off an article. Now in combination with that, I made a display here using backgrounds from calendars. That's all this is, from a calendar, as well as this other one. They're a little bit different, but they do have something in common, which is trees with snow and all that. So this was perfect for this setting. And then as the snow, I am using felt, a roll of felt. You can see it's a roll. You see what I'm saying? Then on the ground there, on the snow, you see that powder there? It looks like they were playing with the snow and it's all messy. That's actually foot powder. Desenix foot powder that I used. And then here I used Elmer's glue and the same powder to make a snow effect on the cone there. So that's all that is. Then I have my little miniature bears. These I got, these two, the little one there and this one I got at a flea market recently on New Year's Day when I went to the flea market, and they came like encased in a little plastic transparent box because they were part of like a museum. I guess the museum store sells these things and as souvenirs. So that's what that was. So I separated them, to do stuff like this with them. Then behind them is a card. That's all that is, a card. This is another card here. Now the position in which this bear is in, he's like laying down, playing in the snow. So that's why I put it there. Then back there, this one is one of my Christmas items. He had a bowl, a red bowl, but I took it off for this project. So they all look like they're having a beautiful time. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to read off the articles that I told you about. I went into the National Geographic and I got some information that I want to read off to you. So I should place, where should I place the camera? Right here? Or right there? Why don't I place it right here? I think you would like to see these right there. And then before the video finishes, I'll give you a little tour of the entire setting. So I'm going to read off to you. Okay, let's see. So, bears are some of nature's greatest beasts. Learn about the 8 species of bears, what they eat, how many cubs they birth, and if they actually consume honey. Remember, I am reading this from an article. They can be as small as 4 feet long and 60 pounds. The sun bear, too, as big as 8 feet long and more than 1,000 pounds. The polar bear. They are found in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. They have non-retractable claws, short tails, and excellent sense of smell. They're typically solitary except for mothers with cubs. There are 8 species: Asiatic black bears, also called moon bears, brown bears, which include grizzly bears, giant pandas, North American black bears, polar bears, sloth bears, spectacle bears, also called Andean bears, and sun bears. On average, bears can live up to 25 years in the wild, and 50 in captivity. 6 species, including the polar bear and the giant bear, are included in the IUCN Red List as threatened or vulnerable. During winter, when food is scarce, most bears have an effect survival solution: hibernation. Female bears rouse during hibernation in their dens to give birth up to 4 cubs. Giant pandas, which do not hibernate, usually give birth to just 1 cub. After a couple of months, the cubs are strong enough to totter out after their mother, except for sloth bear cubs, which hitch a ride on their mother's back. Bear diet. All bears are considered omnivores, and yes, they all love the taste of honey, but each species has a preferred diet. Polar mostly eat seals. American black bears love berries and insect larvae when they are available, and giant pandas mainly eat bamboo, though they also eat small animals. What else? Among the biggest threats to all species of bears is habitat loss, especially from logging, agriculture, and growing human populations. Climate change is also a significant threat, especially polar bears. They depend on finding seals on sea ice for their meals. Well, I think that's it. I hope that, anything that you didn't know, maybe it was covered. I didn't cover everything. Remember, I'm not an expert. I just read this off an article that I got from the National Geographic. So I put this display for you, and stay tuned because I'm going to be making more displays like this, different animals, and I'll do a little bit of research to share with you. Okay, so let's look at this closely just so you could enjoy. I used a card right there. Another card here. They're actually blank cards that you send out saying, you want to send a friend a card or something like that, a little hello. So they're just blank cards. That's all that is. As the snow, I used a roll of felt and I used foot powder right there where it looks like they've been playing. And here, to make the effect of snow, I used Elmer's glue and foot powder. That's my Christmas bear right there, but I took off his bow. And that other scenery there is from a calendar. Isn't that beautiful? And this other scenery is also from a calendar. Now, another thing, let's see. I have a remote for that light right there. And I have the blue light on. You see this remote here? I can change that lighting. So I have it on blue. So let's use the orange just to see what it looks like. That's the orange. So this is the scenery, the way it looks with the orange. Look at that. Doesn't it look like maybe could be like 7 o'clock, something like that? So let's change it. Let's use, how about green? Green. That's the green. Isn't that something? I am posting videos on this type of lighting. Comes with the remote, but that's another video. So alrighty, well, I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I will be back with more. And thank you for viewing.